everybody, I am the Lazy Kiwi and today we are back in Create a Sim for a very exciting video. Today I decided that I really wanted to make the Monster High characters in The Sims. Obviously it's not gonna be all of them, there are way too many of them to make in one video. So for today we only have 3 of the characters. We're starting off with Draculaura, which is personally my favorite character. I know she's very popular amongst the fans, but yeah, I mean for a reason. She is so cute. So first off we do have Draculaura, but right after Draculaura we have the infamous Claudia. Well, not Claudia, Claudine, sorry. Claudia is actually another one of the characters, funnily enough. I think it's really interesting that both of those characters are kind of like semi-werewolf type things. Very interesting to me at least. But yeah, after this we have Claudine, and then right after that we have another one of my favorite characters, Frankie. So I mean, all 3 of these were my favorites at the time, but there are so many more that I know and love. So if you guys do want to see this again, do let me know in the comments down below, and do recommend some of the characters that you guys want to see. But otherwise this is gonna be a once-off episode. We're just gonna do these 3 characters, and honestly I'm also fine with that because there are so many of them and I don't feel like it would be fair to only do like a little bit and like 6 of them and then never again. But I am also down to do it again because this was a lot of fun. But I am also doing this because it is the spooky season and this is just a fun little twist. It's not something like very scary. It's something that a lot of us actually grew up with and something that a lot of us know and love. Well, at least I love this. It was one of my favorite things to watch when I was younger. I wanted these dolls so badly. I was desperate to have one of these dolls, but unfortunately I never did actually have one of them, and I grew out of the phase before I could ever buy one for myself, of course, because little me didn't get no money to buy stuff for myself. I had to beg. I had to ask so nicely to get the things I wanted, and a lot of times I did unfortunately not. I couldn't say the same for my sister. She was the eldest sister, and that did also mean that if she asked for something, she most likely got it, but I was never the one to dwell on that. It made me the better person. I'm kidding, I love my sister so much. She's a little angel. No, she's not. She's a little demon. I do love her though. But yeah, I think we all feel that way about our family, especially if we have siblings who are like, oh well, sometimes I love them, sometimes I don't, but at the end of the day, it will always end up with loving your family, for most of us at least, I hope. But yeah, we are almost done with Draculaura, which is kind of insane. This video is not gonna be that long. I think it's only around 12 minutes long, so it's not like it took me a crazy long time to make. Granted, this video is sped up by a lot. This video is sped up by, I would say, at least 10%. I don't know how the times work. I just type in the number and then and then I just go with it. So yeah, but I do also want you guys to let me know at the end of this video which of these characters is your favorite. Personally, knowing how all of them look, I love Draculaura the most at the end, but she is also my favorite character overall, so that I might be biased. But yeah, with her, as you can see in these screenshots, I did fix the little hearts because it wasn't on the correct side. So when I do Frankie, I do go back because I found a better heart for her. So I did change that, but yeah, we are now onto Claudine, and I also love how she turned out. I do use Alpha CC on Frankie at the end. I almost never use Alpha CC. Most of the CC I have is Maxis Match CC, but the hair that I do use on Frankie at the end is Alpha CC. So I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about that, but personally I love how she turned out. She is a beauty. But with Claudine, I'm telling you guys now, I'm gonna say Claudia. I'm gonna gonna say Claudine. I am not gonna get it right every single time because it's so similar. The names, the characters don't look similar at all. I will pop a picture up of the other one, but the names are way too similar, okay? It's just, it freaks me out, okay? But yeah, I love how she turned out at the end. I did kind of struggle with their faces a little bit because they all have the exact same jawline, and I didn't want them all to look the exact same. They all have big lips, big eyes, and the same very, very pointy chin and sharp jaw. So I wanted them to all look different, but still like the characters. So I did try my best to kind of do that in a way that they would all just be beautiful in their own way, but also still look like the character. Speaking about looking like the character, I did not want them to look exactly like spot on. I was not about to go and download custom content for the exact clothing, the exact hair, the exact whatever, everything else, because that was just gonna take me a bajillion years. Instead, I wanted to work with what I had. Of course, I did download CC before this. I wouldn't be able to even do this if I didn't. Stuff like the ears for this character or the hair for the previous one, stuff like that. I did download a bunch of custom content, but it wasn't specifically for these characters. I did search for some things like the ears, for example. That's not something I would just go and get by myself if I see it. It is specifically for this character because I knew I was gonna do this, but most of the CC I got, it was just random things I wanted. So if I were to make these characters exactly the way that they are portrayed in the show, at least the show that I watched, I know there's more new shows, but the one that I watched, that's what I based these off of course. But yeah, I was not about to look for custom content for all of that because I did try to look for things that were exact, but some of them were behind paywalls, some of them were very hard to find. Like, I could not find them for the life of me. So instead, I just opted for working with what I had, and honestly, I think it's a nice twist to how they actually look in the show and how I made them in The Sims. I do think it's a lot of fun, and I'm actually quite happy that it turned out that way because I much prefer doing things my way when it comes to this game because, I mean, everybody has their own style and everybody likes to do things differently, so I definitely have my own comfort zone in this game, my own style, and it is something I like to go and work with because, I don't know, I don't really like to do a lot of different styles. I know that sounds kind of bad. I mean, like, I mean it in a way like my Sims characters all look more or less alike, kind of like they would all be in the same world, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is the end of Claudine. I think she turned out so nice. And Frankie, I think Frankie has the shortest portion of this video because she has on a full body outfit. I didn't have to try to search for a top and a bottom, so that was definitely easy for this character. However, I did take a billion years picking the hair for this sim, but I did cut out a lot of that because it was literally just me going back and forth between hair colors and the hair because it was difficult, especially since I didn't use Maxis Match CC. So with the Alpha CC, it made it a little bit harder because I did download this Alpha CC specifically because of the way that you can color it. So how it works is you have the hair, you have the color, but you also have overlay hairs where you get a bunch of different types of colors that you can choose from, and it was really cool. So I did want it very badly, specifically for the Monster High characters. However, I only used it on Frankie because it's kind of the Monster High characters all have these highlights in their hairs, and that is so difficult to do with the in-game Maxis Match hairs that you can get. So the Alpha hair was a lot easier to work with. I mean, just with Draculaura alone, it's kind of glitchy, the hair, because I used a ton of different overlays that were not meant to even work, but it somehow did. Oh, now that we're busy with Frankie's these eyes. I know she has heterochromia, and I was so certain that I had heterochromia in my game, like 100% certain. I know I have it, but I could not find it. I was searching for so long. I had to cut out at least 10 minutes because I was searching for a very long time to find the heterochromia, but I just could not find it. I just couldn't. If you don't know what heterochromia is, it's when one of your eyes is one color and the other eye is a different color, and Frankie has like blue on the one side and green on the other. I could not find it. So instead, I opted for these eyes that are kind of both of the colors in one, and it's very pretty, but it's not exact. So yeah, I just hope none of you are too mad about that, because I was so sad when I could not find it. But these are the hairs that I was talking about. Look at how cool it looks with the black and the white stripes and stuff. It's so freaking pretty. I'm so happy with this. I think it's adorable. But yeah, we are nearing the end with this, so do let me know which character you like the most and which of these you would have done differently and what you would have done differently. But yeah, guys, I definitely enjoyed making these Sims. I think they turned out very nicely, and if you guys do want to see more, again, do let me know who you want to see, because I'm definitely down to do this again. It was a lot of fun. It did take me a little while to find some of the things in custom content, but I love CC shopping, okay? So that's definitely not a bad thing. I would 100% go CC shopping again. Absolutely. It might break my game eventually, but we're here for it. We are here for the game breaking, if it means we have pretty things. But yeah, guys, I definitely think this video is, yeah, I have like 40 seconds left, and usually if I talk too long, I don't have any time in the video left anymore. So instead, I'm going to just start saying goodbye right now. But thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. It's actually crazy. So thank you all so much for that as well. It makes my day every time one of you subscribes and comments on one of these videos. So yeah, thank you all for watching. And did I already? I don't even know what I said anymore. So I'm just gonna say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody, and happy spooky season.